Okay, hi. Good morning,
Hello,
good afternoon, good evening,
everybody.
everyone. Yeah, this
Good
is
morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. This is Ryan
yeah,
and Amy.
yes. Good afternoon to you. Okay, so today we are going to do a pre-recording on this mental resilient mastery using Bazi, right?
Correct. So
Yeah.
before we start, maybe Amy, I heard you've been doing something going on with your site. Can you share us a little bit?
Yes, thank you, Ryan. So basically, I'm starting up a new Chiman for beginner class, in-person class on the October 1st. It's a Sunday afternoon. So I welcome you all to come to my Facebook page or my website, Amy Kang Metaphysics, to find out more. Yeah, thank
Mm-hmm.
you. And how about you, Ryan?
Well, on my side, I'm pleased to announce everybody I've set up my own webpage as well. And from there, I've also set
Congrats.
up a small academy. Okay, I'll
Mm,
be focusing firstly on the date selection, as well
mm.
as later on, I'll be launching out a small course as well on date selection, as well as what called manifesting. Okay, but
Ah,
so let's go back to our main topic. Okay,
mm.
which is, give me a second. Let me just put it up on here. Hold on. Okay, sorry here.
Yes.
Okay, sorry, technical issues. So today
Mm,
we're going to talk about mental resilience mastery to 八字. Okay.
mm, mm. So what is 八字? Okay, Bazi is basically a self-discovery map of energy. So it shows our unique characteristic through the use of the day master, and it also tell us our strengths, our weakness, and also study the luck trend in our life, such as the using the 10-year luck cycle or the annual luck. And it also shows us why things happen the way they do, and why some people have certain illnesses. So we're going to uh, share with you all more next, Ryan.
So before we start, it's essential that everybody knows the basics about the five elements. Okay.
Mm,
So the first element is obviously earth, where we talk about the stability, the nurturing, people being responsible, practical, and being grounded. Fire, where you have passion, the keyword being passion, energy, action, optimism, enthusiasm. Wood, where you have the keywords of growth, expansion, flexibility, leadership, initiative. Metal, keyword being precision, discipline, organization, determine, and clarity. And lastly, water, where the keyword is wisdom, adaptability, intuition, flexible, and flow. Now,
mm,
a lot of times when you're first starting out learning about 八字, the first one of the main questions people have is, what if you have a missing element? What
mm,
if there's no fire in your chart? What if there's no wood in your chart? So must you buy those bangles? Must you buy those charms with things to balance it? Actually, no.
mm,
It's true that if you are missing element, it generally impacts you by having an imbalance of nature qi. Because 八字 is all about seeking balance, it's natural for us to look for things to balance, and we'll show you more on that later on. Because today is all
mm,
about missing element. Alternatively, is on certain there's some people who have balance chi blockage because of the heavily stem and earthly branches interactions, which we'll cover in the next class.
mm,
And lastly, because of the 10-year or the annual lux pillars, there might be disturbance interactions, which we also talk about later on as well. So the first element, as mentioned, is earth. So for people with missing earth element, how might they feel? They may feel being worried, being anxiety, having instability in their life because they're missing the earth element, and that because of that they lack fulfillment. They don't feel being inner having satisfaction in themselves, and because of that they may have challenges with difficulties with being reciprocating their
reciprocate.
feelings towards others. Okay,
Mm-hmm.
setting up boundaries between themselves, being authentic to themselves, or having issues when they're talking about integrity challenges. As
Mm,
such, they may feel emotionally deprived, and because of that, they may find to feel that this emptiness by being involved with activities they're being addicted to, or binge eating, or even shopping.
mm,
Now, how will they think when growing up? They may have challenges learning, or having not being to able to comprehend certain information, or the fact that they can comprehend but they lack the memory. As such, overall they lack concentrating, focus, and involved in circular or overthinking. This may lead to insomnia or ultimately depression, anxiety, or in some case, worst case situation, post-traumatic stress or borderline personality disorder.
Mm.
Now, these are advice for people with missing earth elements. Okay, that number one, if they are involved in a survival mode thinking where they
Mm.
overemphasize on basic needs, this will actually worsen the situation. Okay, or as mentioned, they may overeat. As such, any form of imbalance, be it fast eating, overeating, or the other way around, being starvation, it will be worsen the situation. Or they forget about their self-care, not taking time to relax, not taking care of their body's needs. Or the other hand is they're being overprotective of themselves or their loved ones, being smothering other people, being a people pleaser, overstepping their boundaries.
Mm.
Now, importantly is we'll talk, as you mentioned, the reason we want look at parts is we're trying to find ways to counteract, to balance it out. Okay, and these are how you can balance out your life. Okay, take regular meals. Okay, don't go for snacking, don't overeat. Get connected to nature, having a walk, meditate. Okay, for those who have know about achievement manifesting, you can talk about positive visualization, self-talk. Okay, learn to follow your instinct and take action. Don't think too much, don't overthink. Also, set your boundaries first, know your stop points, learn to take time for yourself, and if you need to, involve physical interactions like hugging and massaging.
Mm. Yes.
Now, what about fire?
Mm. Okay, so for fire missing element, uh, a person will feel a lack of love, affections, sparks, or joy, and they may have poor connections to family or friends. Sorry, poor social skills, challenge intimacy, unable to be vulnerable over a long period of time, and also poor emotional regulations. And how do the fire missing element think? Mentally, they feel lack of attention, lack of presence, and lack of mindfulness, poor priority, poor judgment, and poor decision making, lack of clarity, or easily confused, have poor mental adaptations and mental coherence. And some people with the missing element will have like illnesses like dementia. Yeah. So next is about the lifestyles that may worsen. Missing fire element people will view life as hard. They does not enjoy life on a regular basis. There's no fun, and they have no relationships. They have no quality time with their family, their friends, their partners, and they does not play. They view life too serious actually, and it's like it's the adult mode, and they are also addicted to internet, the social media. There's too much screen time, and they cannot stay still. So next, we'll come up with a case study. Thank you, Ryan, for preparing all these slides. And we have a case study of actor Bruce Willis. He has this condition of the frontal temporal dementia. And why is it so? Because you can see from the Bazi chart that he has water, earth, wood, and metal, but there's no fire element, which is represented by the red color uh, chart. So he have a little thin fire there, but that's not enough. So with Bruce Willis, he actually have this condition, and aphasia is a disorder that affects how you communicate. It can impact your speech as well as the way you write and understand both spoken and written language. FTD, in short, of the frontal temporal dementia, is one of the several types of dementia. So, what are the actions that we can take in order for a fire missing element person? We can do meditations, we can apply essential oils, and we can unplug from social media to remove the distractions. Also, connecting to people face to face. I always enjoy meeting people face to face if I have the energy, because I feel that this is where you can really feel the vibes. Have fun, make times for the things you love, and celebrate
Mm-hmm.
small wins. Also to
Mm-hmm.
express yourself through singing. Next, we
Mm-hmm.
have Ryan to share more about the wood element.
Yes.
Thank you.
So we mentioned earlier, wood is about growth, correct?
Mm, mm,
So when you're missing wood element, you may feel a lack of hope or very negative point of view in life. You may feel the lack of courage or confidence when doing things, and ultimately may procrastinate or being lazy towards most issues. Also, you may also feel low tolerance towards others, resulting in anger outbursts. Okay, and as such, you also may feel frustrated, easily stressed, or being irritated. And thus, people with low on missing wood element, they may have anger management issues or addictions.
mm,
Mentally, how would they think growing up? They may feel that they have no long term goals or objectives, no visions. They lack the creativity or the head to plan ahead of time. They're not able to have the mental flexibility or the ability to look at problems or to during the problem solvings. And even
mhm,
so, they also may feel indecisive or unable to execute their decisions. Overall, they may feel poor organizations and lack self starting behaviors.
mm,
Now, what lifestyles will worsen this situation for missing wood element? For missing work element, if you have short-term goals only, they will not be able to have a perception of the life, of their visions, okay, or professional goals, okay, and also when they are being inadaptability, they will
mhm,
feel they'll see obstructions everywhere, okay, with their
mm,
very rigid way of mental thinking, okay. If they avoid taking actions, they'll actually worsen their procrastination, okay, and if they are frustrated, it actually will actually feel them more emotionally frustrated and worsen the situation. As such, what are actions they can take? Smile, be grateful, be compassionate, okay. Being missing one element, they should actually take more walks with nature, be connected, okay, doing yoga, doing qigong.
mm.
Alternatively is, don't be too judgmental on yourself, learn to journal down your thoughts, okay, and also do not suppress your feelings, or worse, play victim, okay. Learn to express your emotional healthily, okay, have regular meals. So the next element.
Matter. Okay,
Mm,
so for a person with a missing matter element, how does this person thinks? So usually this person will have a lack of principles, values. They neglect purpose and meanings, as also inability to self-reflect, to do self-evaluations. Also have a mental rigidity, retrospective mindset, inability to extract conclusions, and also detachment, being indifferent and not involved. How does this person feel emotionally? He'll feel a lack of suppressed sadness, emotional numbness, will feel injustice, confusions, nostalgia, inability to let go, melancholy, depressions, and also inability to forgive oneself or others. So, what does a lifestyle that can be worsened with this missing element of matter? Will tend to have idolizations, will not be aware of values, will have no sense of purpose, no connection with the universe, no spiritual practice, no connection to the nature. And this person will tend to have a perfect attitude. Everything they want perfection. They don't appreciate the little beauty in small things.
mm-hmm,
And
mm-hmm,
also they go with the flow. It can be a chaotic lifestyle with no discipline in life.
mm,
So what can this person take actions to help to be better? So he can practice deep breathing using the diaphragm,
mm-hmm,
and also to declutter daily, either to declutter the thoughts. I think this is very important that we do decluttering of the thoughts,
mm-hmm,
and
mm-hmm,
also to tidy up the home. Also mindfulness meditations, feel at the present moment, and also to cultivate gratitude. Can write letters, write journal to express your gratitude, and also to speak wisely and to reduce unnecessary talking.
Mm.
And also, last but not least, to learn to cry comfortably.
Mm.
Yes. Mm.
Yeah, I think that part for most guys we need to learn as well.
Uh,
Learn to cry.
yeah,
Correct.
because we view the guys as a very masculine figure, so
Mm.
for them to cry is really not easy. But I think that I really encourage the guys to stand up and just cry when you really feel, because everyone are emotions being. We all need to
Yes.
express our emotions as and when we need it. It doesn't mean that
Correct.
you are a guy is different. You have to be strong. I don't think so. I don't agree lah. That's my
Yeah.
take lah.
I think I heard this term. It's okay not to feel okay.
Yeah, yeah. I always like to say that it's okay not to feel okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So the last element. What if you're missing water? Okay. When you're missing water, you tend to have a lot of fear, a lot of phobias. Okay. Even possibly of panic attacks, emotional shocks. You also tend to have lack of emotional stamina, being overwhelmed, okay, lack of tenacity. Mostly is also no aspiration, feeling aimless in life.
Mm,
Okay. So what for those with missing water growing up, how might they think? As mentioned, they lack the resilience, perseverance. They may be overly too superficial, or on the other hand, overly profound. Okay, because they cannot find the middle ground. Okay,
mm-hmm,
they lack the resource allocation, systematic thinking. They lack the mental agility to think on the spot, juggle multiple things in the air. Okay, they're not able to recognize the competency or natural skills or strengths of others as well.
mm,
So what if you're missing water? Advice to them is do not be stuck in your comfort zone. Okay, if not, you will also be you once you're in comfort zone, you have nothing new, you have nothing to be afraid of. Okay. Also, try not to overwork. Okay, be involved in long working hours.
mm,
When in water, okay, if you dislike a job, you actually not feel satisfaction and presently a feel of work, and or on the other hand, involved in extreme lifestyles. Okay, being extreme sports. Okay, because extreme lifestyle is a form of superficial living as well. Okay,
mm,
so if you're missing water elements, what actions you can take? Number one, do nothing, rest. Okay, go
mm.
for holiday, go for
Wow,
detoxing.
nice.
Okay, as a lot of as mentioned earlier, this is another thing where we learn to connect back to nature, listen to the
Mm,
sounds, go for some meditation. I think there's a few
mm,
of us in our groups that actually involved with some meditations. Okay,
mm,
spiritual and religious. If not, join us. You can go for human manifesting or
mm,
meditating.
mm,
Okay,
mm,
learn to go with your flow, let it go. Okay,
mm,
so with that comes to our end of our first of four mini courses, four mini videos about
mm,
mental resilience. Okay, as and these are our contact details. So thank you so much everybody for your attention. Okay,
mm. Thank you so
Uh,
much.
okay. So we'll put out all this up and launch it soon. And if you like these videos, remember to click, share, and subscribe. Okay, and link up all the links mentioned below. So you keep us with the latest information. Okay,
Mm. Yeah, thank
great.
you, Ryan. Thank you,
Thank you,
everyone.
buddy. Take care. Bye
Enjoy. See you
bye.
again. Bye.
Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, hit that subscribe button right now so you stay tuned for more exciting content coming your way.